Sunup on 7. My name is Jonathan Samuels Card.
Are you sure?
I feel like I want to follow the lead. I don't know.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kevin Mendes. Welcome to your Wednesday episode of Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for welcoming Renata into your space and following the leader with Sunup on 7.
Yes, I'm going to wait for somebody. I left.
I know, right? I was waiting for that.
I'm going to wait for that to but you're ready.
But yeah, let's tease them. What can they expect
vibes
on today's show, right?
We're going to be talking to the Mental Health Association about all the work they've been doing. Of course, you need to stay in tune for that conversation to see how you can donate. And of course, being a part of understanding the great work and the mandate they have to make sure people have safe places. What else do we have?
We have a representative joining us from the Belize Medical Associates talking about minimal invasive surgeries, and so we're going to find out what that is about and of course what services they have offered at their institution.
I think it's a really good conversation because many people now try to opt for that kind of process. They want to make sure they don't have all of the cuts and so on because of technology
and a
advancing.
faster healing process too.
Yes,
yeah.
So it's something definitely that we should pay attention to. Of course, if you have any questions about things that you want to understand a little bit more, please put it in the chat so I'll try best to address it. Because you know how this works.
How does it work?
Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, fun, and respectful, of course. We follow the leader now.
All right, I'll follow you. Okay, I guess we're both leaders.
Right. Left.
Okay, I got it wrong.
Right. Two more time. Left, right, 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 left. Follow.
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
To everybody on Sunup.
do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today? Just in time,
And he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on
the
the
show that we're on
wall.
right now. Tell me,
You
this
and
one
I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been
The
happening
world
this
that
weekend.
we see
So
may
far.
seem that will never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can go.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your hump day episode of Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for welcoming Renata into your space. And wherever you're watching us from, let us know if you're celebrating anything. How are you feeling today? And of course, once more, thank you so much for joining us. We're very excited about today's episode, and let's get started by having a look at the weather, courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning. Many fair weather conditions prevail. For the 24-hour forecast, skies will be sunny with a few cloudy spells today and clear to partly cloudy tonight. Showers will be isolated with a medium chance for afternoon thunderstorms over inland areas and a few more over the south tonight. High temperatures for today will be around 90 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 95 inland and 84 in the mountains. And lows for tonight will be around 84 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 75 inland and 68 in the hills. Winds over the open seas will be from the east to southeast at 5 to 50 knots, and sea conditions will be slight. A high tide occurred at 6 a.m. this morning and another will occur at 8:10 tonight. Low tides will occur at 2:02 this afternoon and at 12:36 tomorrow morning. The moon will rise at 3:17 this afternoon and set at 2:32 tomorrow morning. The sun will set at 6:04 this evening and rise at 5:39 tomorrow morning. Now for the extended forecast, similar weather conditions are expected for Thursday and Thursday night. And finally, for the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 48 hours over the North Atlantic Basin. This has been this morning's weather report from the National Meteorological Service. I am Miss Alexia Mai along with Miss Crystal Rosales.
and that is our weather.
Hey, this is the first time that we're hearing somebody say their name of who's reading the
I
weather.
know, so I was like, hey, look at us getting something a little
all right, we're
inside
getting
and
some
doing a little
upgrades.
different. I see what y'all doing there. I like it.
Yeah,
How you feeling this morning, baby boo?
I'm good. You know, I'm good. That's what
I don't know if the breath makes me wonder, are you good or are you good?
Yeah,
Like, you know,
it's
that kind
just
of thing. There's a difference.
you know, trying to navigate everything at the moment.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
because our couch talk is going to
Align.
be heavy, so I'm just trying
With
to
6
be able
topics,
to
yeah.
process everything at this.
Yeah, it is a lot of topics, so
But I'm definitely excited. You know, like again, Carnival is like very, very close.
very
It's on-
close, literally.
on
Couple days out.
Saturday, and I'm like getting a bit of FOMO because this year I'm not gonna be in Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I choose to like party on the street side this year. But just seeing, you know, like because I've been doing it with Titans and seeing their mass camp last night, I was like, those outfits look so.
Yeah, they were very
good.
beautiful. We see Brandon minutes, skin out the self too as
Brandon.
well. I mean, him up and have. I know.
Everybody's asking how is your knees today, Brandon?
I want to know how my knees, my by side, if it okay, if it catch cramp, you know, if it depend on one side to walk right now or stuff. But no, definitely him and everybody that came out. What I love about Titans, and I've said this multiple times on the show, is that they don't compete. So they come out and they allow people to just enjoy the
Yeah.
time. You come out in your costume, beautiful design and everything, and you're just allowed to just have fun. And I
That's
think
true.
that also takes away from the feeling of the judges making sure that you're always in formation, making sure you're always doing it. So it's a different experience, I would say, as compared to somebody that has to compete. And again, props to the people that do have to compete
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
have to come with an agenda.
That is true because you have to like do a choreography and all of these things. So shout out to
Yeah.
everyone that is preparing for Carnival this coming weekend. All the mass
Yes.
camps. I'm sure you're gonna be doing an excellent job out there. And of course, it's part of our culture too. Everybody looks forward to Carnival Day.
They do.
It's gonna be
the
an
kids
awesome,
look
awesome
forward to
time.
it. They've been working super hard. It's a great experience for them to be able to go out and like showcase a little talent
Yes.
and their little
And how
choreography.
are you on your last day of your 28th year?
Oh my goodness, I am feeling really good. I've been doing my daily reflections,
yeah.
and I already have a reflection for today too as well, because something happened yesterday, and I was like, this is something I definitely have to talk about today. But it's just being happy and embracing new chapters, being excited to see what the new year of 29 is gonna bring for me, how God is gonna open up some doors, how He's gonna close doors too as well, and accepting everything that comes, accepting the new, you know, saying bye to the old sometimes too as well, and taking it one day at a time. I think that's the beauty about aging and about learning life and discovering yourself too as well, and walking and carving your path.
Yeah.
So I've been feeling very, very good. Literally, I was like, my husband said, babe, you turn 29 or soon after the calendar. I'm like, first of all, you're 30. You need to calm down.
We're
And
still
I'm
in
like,
the calendar.
and I'm just like, I didn't even worry about the calendar. I'm just worrying about, or just embracing the fact of being able to have a blessing of life and a new chapter to unfold. But yeah, I'm feeling very good, babe. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
so it's Renata's birthday eve if you never did get
tomorrow,
that.
tomorrow. Tomorrow is my birthday.
That's why today is Renata's birthday eve.
Oh, I used to say it's Renata's birthday, and I'm like,
No,
Kev,
today's
next thing I know,
birthday.
everybody's starting that today.
Might as well, you know, it's
I'm
almost...
celebrating all month long
Yeah,
because I know
yeah.
some people don't start telling me happy birthday when I did the reflections, and I'm like, no,
I
it's
love
before.
birthdays.
But I'm like, don't worry, boo. We're celebrating all September long, and I'm here for it completely. So yes, so let's get ready to dive
Let's go into
all
our
the couch
couch talk.
topic, guys. So just bear with us as we navigate everything this morning because we've been having a little bit of complications with some of our papers. So
All right, so let's
do
start
it.
with the first topic, which says the court rules recovery fee unconscionable. I cannot say that word.
That word, so far,
Wow,
I was
first
like,
word that I
I'm
cannot
like,
say. Oh.
I did like, man, I really pray
Okay,
and hope.
so let's
Kevin
talk
got
about this
one down.
microloan case that was taken to court back in November of 2024, Ren, where this client, Sherma Dean Dawson, basically went and asked for this microloan
Yes.
agent for a medical loan.
Yeah, so remember it was a small loan to us, about 2,500 or so. And in that whole idea, she was struggling. She needed to pay a bill right then and there. And so, of course, she got that loan. Afterwards, later on, it was 100. The loan from 2,500 came up to like 5,500 with
Yes.
all the fees that was added on. But on top of that, they were asking her to pay another fee additionally to it, which is, I forgot,
A recovery
a
fee.
recovery fee. Thank you,
Yeah.
darling. And so on that same note, she took them to court saying,
Actually, no, the
Oh, you-
agent gave her
Sorry, the
summons.
agent took-
Gave her a summons. She
and
ended up
took
in
her to court.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry about that, Kevin.
That's okay.
And in the whole premise of everything, the court ruled that no, reviewing all of the papers, everything that was set out, the promissory note that she signed didn't actually have the documentation of the recovery fee. It was on a next documentation. And so they said, no. This is really excessive, and it doesn't make sense to be able to charge somebody this, because if you're getting a loan of about 2,500 so, and it becomes over 5,500, you're charging 100% of it. And then, of course, you have more too as well.
True.
So
that is true. So Magistrate Beja Showman, she basically ruled in last week that the recovery fee being an additional 100% of the amount borrowed is considered by the court as excessive, and therefore, having found the recovery fee to be excessive, the court does not find it to be enforceable. And so she ends up not having to pay any of that.
I was so happy for this. I just think about the average person where they struggle, where they try pay that school fee for the picnic, where they try pay that medical fee for the picnic, or yourself, or whatever it is. And on an average, we know that, lawyers have said that 25 to 50 cases sometimes are going up with just these kind of situations where people are being dragged by, the money lenders, these loan agents and so forth, because of people not paying.
Yeah.
And you have to look at the reasoning behind this too. I don't think it's always about just not having the money, but I also think about, you start off thinking that you're borrowing this, and then you end up to pay sometimes double, as you see in this case, what you borrowed. And if you never had the money in at the beginning there, imagine to pay double this thing. And things do come up, because that was an unfortunate situation for her, where she had to pay back the loan, and when she was trying to pay back the loan, she got sick again and was unable to pay the loan. And there were so much different things and fees added there that caused it to be double the cost that it was to as well. So I know that we previously were discussing before about the Money Lenders Act and the possible changes proposed for it, and putting a cap on, how many fees or how much interest totally that can be charged in that entire year. And of course, changing it from maybe up to the alarming 240% to about 144 or whatever it is %. I think it's a really big conversation that I hope goes through, because you're seeing time and time again, and I'm sure many people out there have been seeing firsthand when you sign on and wait, they add on this, they add on, and there's always something to come. And you're like, man, I just may need this quick money right now.
So we can see the connection
And
between
this
this court ruling and the proposed Money Lenders Act that is going to be that is proposed, and how at the end of the day it serves for the protection of people that are doing loans, right? Because one of the clauses of the proposed act is that they make sure that all these fees are,
properly outlined, that people know what they're paying
in their signing document before they proceed to sign it, right? Because as we mentioned, the recovery fee was was annexed to the contract, so there was it was not clearly stipulated, which made it be excessive.
Proved the point of I didn't know necessarily how much you were going to charge for this recovery fee.
Exactly. So
again,
in the words of the lawyer
justice.
representing the Bethesda Limited, they're saying, let her enjoy her benefits. They're not going to appeal this case. And so good for her. So
I'm happy
hopefully
for
we wish
her.
her a good recovery, because she needed the loan for a medical procedure.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next Couch Talk topic.
Yes, and we move right along talking about presently when it comes to Hull Chan and the different assets and so forth that they've been having, and how public, well, as you know, many times we've seen in cases where people try to acquire these public properties, these public places where are protected, that are supposed to be deemed as protected too as well.
That is true. So
and
what
Hull
take
Chan is
place-
not any new place to it.
Yeah, so what took place here is that there was a public outcry because some of the residents of the San Pedro area, they observed that there was a survey going on of the islets at the Hull Chan Marine Reserve. And they basically were saying, why are these lands getting surveyed? Are they going to be up for privatization? So they reached out to the government and they said, what's going on? So basically, the government has cleared out that they're surveying just for them to officially hand over all the assets or all the land that within the Hull Chan Marine Reserve to the management of Hull Chan, and not for privatization. They're saying this is not going to be sold to anybody for private businesses.
Hull Chan is
just
for Hull
just
Chan.
for Hull Chan to be
and
able
that's
to
really
manage
important. But
the
there is
property.
requests and so forth sometimes from persons to be able to take on the different parts of it. So I think it's really important, and I'm glad to see our residents push for that because
true.
so much time you're like, wait, this is
Yeah.
supposed to be for we.
Because it doesn't sound nearly so kind of thing, right?
And,
I'm
and then you're like, why you the survey?
Why you the
I
survey?
feel like this look fishy.
Uh-huh.
This look too fishy for me, and this not sit well with me.
Yeah.
But and this is the problem that the government sometimes has lost the trust of public, where they feel like
That is true.
any
yeah.
book what get happen, things that get sell under the rug too as well. Why you have to do survey? That doesn't seem correct to me. What's going on? I need answers, and I'm glad to see how that. The minister, the government have said, no, we completely understand this is for public, this is supposed to be kept, for us too as well, and we're not going to be selling it. And they did mention that private owners have been asking, but they've denied that too as well. So I'm just like, okay.
Good.
Keep it soft. Keep it soft for me because
very, very important. Yeah. Well, let's move on to our next case, and this is another story coming out from the High Court. So the High Court overturns bus permit denial, and so Serrano wins $60,000 in damages. Yeah.
And what I think is so interesting, because we reported back on this, remember when we were having the overall idea of contracts for buses too as well, and they were mapping this out.
Yeah.
Bus owners had to go through a new reevaluation to make sure that their buses were in par, were making sure that they had enough buses, that they could handle the routes and so forth. And Serrano's was one of those two as well that went up for the Board of Review, and they were denied. And a lot of citizens too as well, when they were denied, were super upset because they're like, this is a we bus, this is a we thing that happened. And they took to the street, they were protesting about it too as well.
Serrano to be able to get their
Like, they
permit.
were upset about it too as well. And I think we talked about it too. This shows the relationship that was built between Serrano's and, the public and the persons that are...
Serrano was the only bus I've experienced that had a customer appreciation day.
Really?
Yeah, so they would for a day, they would let you ride the bus for free.
Stop it. No.
Yes. Yeah, it's the only bus company I've seen done that.
I've never even known that been done before, Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Continue
okay.
with your story, yeah.
Because you just shocked me just now. You
Yeah.
just dropped a thing there. So I could... Now that really adds on to the premise of them wanting to make sure they stayed in business.
Yep.
And so now I brought up in court too as well, where we're looking at the idea of what was the real premise for not allowing Serrano's to continue the route. And the persons that were given the route to as well were not necessarily in the best
That is true.
state where their one bus, the
Just
one bus,
Central Transit.
Central Transit, that the one bus that they had, not only catch pan fire, but catching a smoke too as well. So 2 times this one bus.
The same bus.
Same bus, baby boo.
Yeah,
Same bus.
as of last week, the bus caught fire in front of Pound Yard.
Aye.
But yeah, in reflecting on what the High Court decided, they overturned the Transport Board's decision that denied the renewal of a road service permit to Serrano, and it ruled that the company's constitutional rights were breached. Basically, they're saying that it denied the renewal of the permit without the proper notice to a fair hearing, and it
Yes.
also violated the principles of natural justice.
Exactly.
And based on that premise, Serrano was awarded $60,000 in damages.
And the good part too as well is they have also halted the overall run and have allowed Serrano the time to gather themselves, to properly propose back to be on that run too as
Yeah.
well. And they're not allowing people to be able to be on that run until Serrano can properly prove that they can handle the run. And yes, guys, look at the bus. This
Yeah,
is the one
that was-
where
that
they may
was
think they may
last
better than Serrano's. That made the bus
And
supposed
this
to be
was
better.
a couple weeks ago.
And you guys remember when we were talking about this, right? When the bus may smoke, let me smoke for this one. Because one of
Yeah.
them may fire, like you said that, and the other one may smoke. And I remember how they were smoking, they got off, and they picked it up back
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, the thing.
And people made it trip.
That's true. So the thing here is like, how could you so 2 things that prompts this that come out from the conversation is like the fact that Serrano was not given the proper procedure for them to reapply for their permit.
Yeah.
And this came in 2023. Could it be like a political nepotism
Ooh,
situation where Central
heaven.
Transit was given this bus permit, right? Because Serrano, they had like this track record, because even the fact that people are showing up to protesting that they want this bus company to continue, and they just give it to what is according like an affiliated owner.
With one bus.
To this current political party is like one. And the next thing is talk about, the proper concern for public safety whenever they're navigating the streets, right? Because if you're saying this bus has had 2 situations where people's lives are in danger because this bus is on fire, then and it still continues to navigate the road, then are you really concerned about the public, right? So it's really just, put those things in mind. what made them choose Central Transit over Serrano when they clearly had the public support, and why Central Transit is still continuing despite it being in such a situation as
Twice.
recent as
Twice.
last week. Yeah.
That not sound good. And I think it really does sound the alarm of, is something going
Yeah.
on?
And then guess who has to pay the $60,000 in
Oh, baby,
damages?
who?
The
Who?
taxpayers.
Of course it's us. Who else would it be? And this is the thing about going through the proper process too as well. And you know, we can say a lot of things about these bus owners, how they need to go through, need to fix their buses, and I totally always agree with that. But I do also think we have to understand giving people fair processes, allowing people to bring themselves to the table, to at least try, to open up the opportunities, to allow people to feel like they were included in the decision too as well, you know, to put their hat in the ring. So these are a lot of conversations we need to have, and I'm hoping to see Serranos put their hat properly
Yeah,
back in
yeah.
and stand on what they are and who they are too as well.
Yes.
And so now we move on to our next coach topic, which has definitely caused a lot of people to feel and wonder what's going on. So if you're wondering, Wilson Hernandez, a business owner, was unfortunately shot and lost his life. And all the events and everything leading up to this case has caused a lot of people to feel a little bit more confused than anything else. What the police have reported on is letting everyone know that the niece, Christy Guzman, and this is a niece of the common law for Wilson Hernandez, and this
Common
is
law's wife is Dalia Veos.
Dalia Veos. And so she has been charged for manslaughter. And there are no charges that have been levied against her aunt, who is the common law. And there was a video footage here that's circulating about, you know, the Dalia being handed a gun by Christy too as well.
Okay.
And so what's very interesting about this case is people saying that this only covers one portion of it. And so the suspicion of everything is that, okay, even though she was handed it and everything was happening, they're saying maybe something else took place that caused only Christy, because people are asking, how is Dalia not being charged in any kind of way, shape, or form?
When she's the owner of the licensed firearm.
She's
right?
the
And in
owner
video, you
of the
can see
licensed firearm.
The gun getting passed.
You literally could see it in the video footage
Definitely.
too as well.
And the next thing is like, so the family is saying why only a charge for manslaughter was levied against Christy Guzman and not a charge for murder.
Because people are saying if you're bringing a gun to a argument or whatever it is, because it was also reported or also noted that there was, you know, different exchange of words and so forth happening between Wilson and Dalia and the family in general. They were intentions, and the police did make mention how that they looked and saw that there has been a domestic dispute that did occur between them. So they can, in their investigation, and there is continued investigation going on too as well between the common law and how she's claiming that he threatened her.
Yeah, and the whole act happened in a motive of self-defense. So what the police department has shared right now is that investigation is ongoing and that this case has been taken over by the DPP's office to find out if Dalia Veos is going to be charged for anything. We also take note that Christy Guzman applied for bail, and today she will have her bail hearing, which is another thing that has the family in uproar, right? They're saying, my loved one was murdered, and now the fact that this person, Christy Guzman, got a manslaughter charge makes her now being applying for bail is saying, wow, what's going to happen in terms of like justice for my son? And that's really like a tough spot.
It's a
for the
hard
family
spot to be into. So I also want to make mention that the firearm has been seized too as well, and both females are in custody in Belmopan, and they are claiming self-defense, like we've mentioned before in this case too as well. The matter has to be dealt with by the DPP, and of course everything has to be unraveled. But I think about the mother that she's like, at this point in time, nothing's gonna bring back my son. She, the distraught, like the pain in her voice when she's talking about the situation really does, it hurts you to see how something could unravel in this way. She did also make mention, and people have been talking about how Dalia has been allegedly reported to have certain links and connections when it comes to police and certain politicians and so forth, business owners too as well. So some people are saying they don't know if the case is going to go anywhere when it comes to her because of alleged connections that she does have with people supposedly in high places too as well.
Well, let's move on to our next couch talk item. And now we move on to an international news. So the U.S. imposes a visa integrity fee. And with India, China, Mexico will be the most affected by it. Basically, the United States' decision to introduce a $250 visa fee has sparked quite conversation and
Yeah.
outrage. I mean, for two things: the fact that now people have to pay this additional fee to enter the U.S., but also in terms of the U.S. grounds, they've noticed that there has been a decline in visitors going because of all these
It's an alarming
sanctions and all these
amount.
regulations that Donald Trump has been imposing. So basically, according to the U.S. government, this new fee is going to be effective on October 1st and will apply to travelers from non-visa waiver countries, which include Mexico, Argentina, India, Brazil, and China. And so, like, once this total visa fee is implemented, then the total cost will now go to like $442, which, according to the U.S. Travel Association, is the highest visitor fees around the world.
That is, I know it was like, dang, that's
Mm-hmm.
a lot to go visit a country. And I just also want to report the same. The Times was looking also at the drop, like you mentioned before, and I'm just putting some numbers to it. They say how that the travel to US has dropped about 3.1%. And up to the year in July, with only about 19.2 million visitors recorded. And of course, they have way more visitors in the US in general. So they have noticed that there has been a decrease, and it now making the visit way more expensive for people.
Yeah.
One of the most expensive places
That
to
is
go
true.
visit.
What's also interesting to note is that now U.S. citizens, they have to apply for a visa to enter Brazil, which in the past they did not have to. So Brazil is saying, you want to clap back at us? Then we're gonna
Yeah,
clap
I
back
would
at
bring this
right
to you
away."
too as well. Like, come play crazy, I could play crazy, and let's see who can play this
so
game.
U.S. residents now they have to apply for a visa to enter Brazil. Interesting geopolitical conversations. Going on.
Definitely, and
Yeah.
we've seen this before where the U.S. says one thing and a country says, you know what, I'll show you something else too as well, and it really is like this back and forth thing, and the only person that's really hurting really is the citizens that want to try to travel,
Yeah.
want to visit family, want to come across and do whatever they need to do too as well. So it's a rough conversation to have, and we expect more of these conversations to be had too as well, because from the time we were talking about the possible bond that would be imposed too as
Yeah,
well of
yeah.
about 15K in certain countries and all these things, and we're looking at this tourist fee of 250 for specific countries like China and Brazil and Mexico, and so we're seeing that things are coming up, and it's gonna cost to be able to go to the US.
Definitely.
One way or another.
So stay tuned to the ever-evolving the U.S. government and their regulations, because you never know what's going to come up tomorrow under what Donald Trump decides to do. Let's move on to our last couch talk topic. And this was an interesting situation that transpired yesterday at the Philip Goldson International Airport on a flight from Belize to
To
Miami.
Miami, an American Airlines flight too
American
as well.
Airlines flight. There was a passenger that boarded the flight, and before takeoff, started experiencing heart problems. Basically, there was a delay of 30 to 40 minutes on the runway as Bert was called to come to assistance. What we can say is that the passenger was safely
Yes.
taken
praise
off
God.
the flight and had their medical needs addressed, and the flight was able to move to Miami as how it was planned. But imagine not knowing what to do.
I feel
in
like
that.
that's a scary situation. Imagine if you were like off in the air and this happened to you too as well. Like I think about, and people joke around about those situations. Like, is there a doctor on the plane or whatever it is? But regardless of having a doctor, so when somebody is possibly, whatever it be, heart attack or any little minor incident that you can be having too as well, it's scary to be so far from land and resources.
Yeah.
And something could happen to you. So I'm really glad that it was caught super early and the person was able to receive the medical care that they needed to as well. And it just goes to show that we have to really act fast when it comes to these situations and where you are to as well. And also knowing what's available and how we can make the access possible.
That is true. That is true. So we can say the passenger was safely taken off the plane and everything went well.
Yes, praise God.
With the rest of the flight.
Yes, and they were able to board back after that too as well.
Yeah. You never know what can happen in these flights, right? And I always say, if you're gonna travel, ensure that you have enough time for a lax in terms of your transit, if you're gonna transit airports and that kind of stuff, because flights can be delayed and all of these things. Like this flight yesterday for 30 to 40 minutes.
These things that happen.
These things can happen. Yeah, but
And then,
definitely-
everyone's saying, this happens almost every day too as well in the aviation industry because, because if you're thinking about all the flights that go around,
that is true.
and thinking about somebody being sick or something happening to as well.
Yeah, on my flight coming from Rwanda to Qatar, there was somebody that maybe 15 minutes into the flight, they were not feeling well. And so like they asked me if I can relocate, so they're able to like accommodate her on the full seat so that she can sleep. But I am like, imagine like I would not like to be in a situation where you're feeling ill and it's a 6-hour flight, right? So it's like, wow. But definitely like she
And
was
I'm glad
able
to see that they
reach-
were able to accommodate her too as well because
Yeah.
imagine you have a full flight,
Yeah,
Kevin. There are no seat
That's true,
available
that's
and
true.
you feel sick, you feel oozy. And then I think about people who have issues with flying, like they literally get
Get anxiety.
anxiety, they can't breathe well, like it's such a hard situation.
Yeah.
People with babies and all these things where it's hard to fly. Oh,
Oh, but yeah.
My heart's to you
Travel
guys.
stories. But with that, folks, we come to the end of our couch talk. We do have a special birthday shout out to Duran.
yes, we do. I
So,
want them to pull up our picture for the
Let's
little
do it.
sweetie
Let's do
patootie.
it. Okay, I'm gonna find it too. Okay, and the photo is on screen, Ren, and it's a birthday shout out for.
Azani Sanchez. I'm hoping I'm saying it correct.
Yes, you are.
Azani! She's completing 9 years. Oh my goodness. And we want to wish all the best to you, darling, on your cuteness and your new chapter of discovery as you're navigating this new age. May it be filled with all the fun, all the joy, all the curiosity that comes with new age. Happy blessed birthday.
Also a great dancer. We met her when we did our Easter special at Kayo. Yeah. And so she was like, yeah, and then
that's
so
the
she's a great dancer too. So she's getting ready for school right now. So we wish you all the best also in your school day. Have a great one. Thank you so much for
Thank you for watching
enjoying the
Sunup on
company of
7,
Renata and I. And
Azani.
of course, we wish you a fantastic birthday. Shout out to your dad, Alan, who reached out yesterday. He's like, can you please
Yes,
give,
of
give a surprise
course.
to my daughter? So absolutely, why not? We totally love to
And
do
we
this for you.
love children, and we love
Yeah.
the fact that, they're able to shine their light through Sunup on 7, through their dancing, through whatever it is. So happy blessed birthday, Azani.
Yeah.
May this new chapter and this new school year be everything you need it to be. Sunup on 7 wishes you
we
all
love
that
you.
love.
We send you a big hug.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Now we have our sunrise to share as we wrap up our couch.
Yes. In this,
So let's see where the sunrise is from.
this is from California.
Ooh, look at those mountains.
California.
Are those clouds or is that water?
And I don't know. I don't. I'm going to try pronounce her last name. This is from Miss Kathleen Kukoza. Kukoza? How you say it, man? Kukoza?
There says back up port.
Stop it. Who said I'm back at port?
I love how Port grew mountains.
I don't-
Hey, but you can see the mountains if you look down that way, right? Yeah, but this is definitely not Port.
So you want to argue with me and Kathleen that this stuff from Port and not
No, I'm not arguing.
California?
I just said, but you're able, if you look down that way, south, you're able to see the mountains.
So you know what, baby boo? I challenge you to take a picture
Okay.
of the mountain
Uh-huh.
and submit it to Sunup on 7 for me. We say what you would say because if you would tell we this, Kevin,
I will have to
we-
borrow Glenn's S24 because
All right.
he did brag about his S24, so I'm gonna have to use that.
Not you putting Glenn for Quenisha Joseph on the record
Sorry,
like
Glenn.
that.
Sorry, Glenn. You put me on the spot. So if I now capture the mountains right, that your phone, then on me.
Not you see, and then no see how Kevin no shade right.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. that's Okay, so we're gonna wait to see Kevin bring us back that picture. But thank you again, Miss Kathleen, for sending this
Thank you so
beautiful,
much,
beautiful
yes, for
submission.
thinking about us.
We're there with you, back at Port or California, wherever you are.
We're here
We're
with us.
enjoying it with you. And with that, guys, we're gonna go to our first commercial break. But when we are back, we dive into excitement, talking with the Mental Health Association and the beautiful work that they're getting done and how you can be able to support that. And of course, we're ranging from other conversations too as well, so stay tuned.
Yeah, thank you for your company.
Hi, Have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing?
So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder.
It gives you a peace of mind away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted.
If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you produce your driver's license, please?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, Mr. Vernon, it's valid. Mr. Vernon, did you know your insurance will be up tomorrow?
Oh, really?
Make sure you try to update your policy, please.
Thanks so much for the heads up. Babe, can you please renew my policy?
We know that you get caught up in life sometimes, which is why RF&G Insurance makes renewing your insurance policy easy with WhatsApp. Just WhatsApp the words "Get Started" to 670-8700. We will prompt you to select the service you are interested in, select the service, and answer a few simple questions. An RF&G representative will process your request and follow up with you when your transaction is completed. It's that easy. Use WhatsApp and skip the lines. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados y la mejor opción para el paciente.
It's here, the ultimate party of the year, as Empire Entertainment and Magnum presents the biggest, I say, the biggest pre-Juve party.
No, this is as big as it gets. It's gonna be a fat till you wet.
Street Fat!
She said, take it easy, I will do the work.
I in a good spirit, I drink in a good spirit. It's all going down at the Marion Jones parking lot on Friday, September 5th, starting from 7 p.m. until 4 a.m.
We're talking about unlimited water, paint, CO2, all powered by Nuffier DJs.
Are you getting the feeling, baby?
Music by Belize's top DJs and hosted by DJ Dixie and DJ Dalla. Purchase tickets for $35 through the Quick Pass app. Naked Chicken on Mahogany Street and Plugs Belize office across from the Old Golden Bay at number 1 Craig Street for only $65. Purchase the Street Fed package, which includes whistles, beads, bags, t-shirts, cups, LED baton, and the ticket from Plugs Belize only. Sponsors: Travelers Liquor, Magnum, Madisco, Plugs Belize, and the Honorable Devin Daly.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Endure Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
My beautiful people, welcome to your Wednesday episode of Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for joining Renata and I and our guests that come to today's episode. We invite you to follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram to know who our guests and what conversations to bring forward to the show. Move on to our first conversation, and we're joined by our lovely friends from the Mental Health Association of Belize. They have a series of topics to talk about, and today we invite you to join us. Joining us on our couch, we have the founder and secretary of the Mental Health Association, Ms. Kathy Esquivel. Ms. Kathy, good morning. How is your energy level today?
Okay.
You getting there?
I was like, Miss Pat is really honest.
Yeah, that's true. But thank you so much for joining us and accepting our invitation to be on our couch today. Next to you, we have the Vice President and Clinical Trauma Specialist, Ms. Azalia LaRue, joining us. Ms. LaRue, how are you doing today?
I am doing okay as well.
You're doing okay as well.
School has started,
School
so
has
we're
started.
getting the kids ready with school. But
And it's the first week, so it's like a lot of navigation adjustments.
That is true. That is true.
But we're really happy to be able to have this conversation. I think it's always timely to talk about mental health. There's never a wrong moment to talk about mental health and the Mental Health Association to see and highlight the great work you guys are doing and the support that you should be getting to as well from the public. And in that same note, I'd love for our viewers that if they're living on our rock or not understanding exactly what the Mental Health Association's mandate or what they've been what the whole initiative is trying to do. Maybe, Ms. Kathy, if you would just share to us, as a founder, your thought process behind creating this association, creating this space.
Well, the Mental Health Association came out of a meeting I was in the U.S. And it's basically an advocacy association. So we have mental health professionals, but our role is advocacy and education because it's getting better, but mental health was one of those topics that was never talked about. And we have to talk. It's like at one time, people couldn't say the word cancer. Well, you might not remember, but it was something that oh, well, so-and-so, well, they're not doing too. But you have to talk about things, otherwise you can't deal with them. So mental health is, I think, one of the last of the medical topics that people are a little reluctant to talk about. Like, it's somehow your fault if you have mental health issues. Now, as Azalia points out, mental health is different from mental illness. So we not only want to promote activities that deal with mental health, mental illness issues, but also how can we all improve our mental health? So just like in physical terms, you have to learn good diet, exercise to improve your physical health. Well, there are also things you can do to improve your mental health. So that's our position, advocacy. We've done a lot of things through the years. I think the first thing that we did was we got the law changed in 1997 before Unual even born. But at that time, attempted suicide was a criminal offense. And we got the law changed, and it was quite a process, but amazingly, there wasn't any group that was against it. The churches, the politicians, the police, the magistrates, everybody. But you just needed someone. So in 1997, the law was changed so that someone in that really difficult situation would get medical and counselor support and not criminal offenses.
Yeah.
So that was one of the first things. We've done a lot. Another big initiative, we got an acute unit for mental health in I can't remember the year. It was in the 80s. We got that built through a grant from the Japanese so that when you have an acute mental health crisis, you can be treated in a hospital. You don't have to stay there forever. Just like if you're diabetic and you have a blood sugar spike, you don't have to be in hospital forever. You just have to deal with the spike. And so the same with a lot of mental health issues. And that's still ongoing. The new hospital that's being built, we have consulted with them to make sure that hopefully a mental health unit will be included within the hospital. We don't want it to be something pushed to one side. And of course, we got a grant from the social investment, and 13 years, in 2013, we opened the Welcome Resource Center, which is offering social support, not medical support, for the homeless and mentally ill.
Yeah, and I know it's been a beautiful place and space where people can come and relax for the rest of the day. It's not a place that people sleep at. We don't want to make people know that as well. But they come in, they can get a fresh pair of clothes, they can get a meal, they can play games, interact. It's really a beautiful center. If you've never been there before, I challenge you to go, to volunteer.
Exactly.
To volunteer.
Yes.
And make sure you see that, people that you're seeing on the street or people that are struggling with their mental health or whatever, it be a mental illness, whatever it is that they're struggling with, they have a safe place and you can contribute towards that.
Definitely. Yeah. So I appreciate you mentioning, the advocacy work that you've done in terms of repealing the law that criminalized suicide, which is really timely as we have the conversation that September 10th is World Suicide Prevention Day. I don't know if Ms. Azalea would like to share some words in that regard as the importance of acknowledging this day and the work that the Mental Health Association does in that.
Right. I think when it comes to suicide, that's another one that we don't want to say or talk about, right? And I think we're seeing a spike as well, actually, in research. We've noted that there is a spike in teens and also beginning at very early age, at the tween age. So even before they hit 13, we have those thoughts of, and it could be contributed to a lot that's happening. For example, maybe bullying that's happening at school. So we see that it starts very early. So it's never too early to talk to your kids. How are you feeling? How was your day? Right? Using a lot of those feelings words is important, right? Because our body, and as a trauma specialist, we believe that our body itself holds a lot of our experiences, right? It's our brain, our mind, and these experiences sticks with us. And as we go on observing a lot of what's happening outside, our body is on that self-defense mode, right? And if it's on that heightened, if your nervous system is there on this heightened fight and flight, right, or even freeze, where I don't want. So this is where you would see the teen locking themselves up in their room, right? Or they don't want to talk, they don't want to come out to eat, or devices. Again, they just want to be on the device, right? that's happening a lot. So just having that conversation as a parent at a very early age when it comes to that. Also looking out for even adults who are thinking of committing suicide. And again, research has shown that it's one of the most happiest person that you see has hidden and a lot of hurt and pain that they're carrying in their body. But they use this mask that we use every day when we go out because I want to be accepted. And it actually starts with belonging, even from the very teenage. So I want to be accepted, and if I am able to make you feel good, then maybe I will be accepted. And I wouldn't want to feel this way, but deep down, this is what's happening. So it can be, again, moving into mental illness. It could be a diagnosis. It could be that that person is suffering depression, anxiety, or it simply could be a social factor in which we're looking at, okay, there's bullying happening. My parents are going through a separation, right? So it could be both, but talking about it and asking, right? I work with a lot of teens as well. And one of the things is, have you ever thought of killing yourself? And that sounds very, like, I'm asking you that. But parents should also ask their children this, because if you open that kind of worms, they will talk. They'll say, well, yes, Mom, there was a time. And I've had times when parents have no idea, you know, that they had this thought, that their teen had this thought, or that they attempted as well. So just talking about it, listening, being that ear. So if you're a friend of someone who is thinking of committing suicide or, again, inflicting harm on themselves, just listen and get help.
And in that regard, let's say that the parent would ask their child this question, or a friend tells you, you know, that they've been having these thoughts. Can you share briefly some tips, or what would be the best way to navigate that situation?
It would be to simply listen.
Okay.
That's validating what they're going through. So what we tend to do is, oh no, you shouldn't do that. You know, that is crazy. Why are you talking about things like that? You're not listening to that person. You're not validating what, this is how I'm feeling. You cannot tell me what I'm not feeling. Then you're isolating me as everyone else is, right? So you want to just listen to validate, right? That I'm sorry that that's how you're feeling. I know it's hard. School can be hard. Navigating friends, navigating the biological changes that they're going through can be difficult. But there's also help. And that doesn't mean that seeing a therapist doesn't mean that something is wrong with me. It's simply what is happening and what has happened to me and navigating that. The body is very resilient. And if we let it heal, it will, just as any cut would. But it's when we try to mask and cover that up, it's when it's not going to heal, right? So letting them, validating them and hearing from them, and then seeking help. Again, there's a lot of help out there, even through the Ministry of Health, through the clinics. A lot of people don't know that. You can go to a clinic. You'll be able to see a psychiatrist, a psychiatric nurse practitioner, if that's the case, or reach out to your school counselor. And if you feel that you can't do that, there's another area in which you can. So they do have the Mind Health Connect webpage as well.
Have a list.
Right,
all
and
these
I work very closely with them as well, and there's a whole entire list, and you can find help through that.
Very well. Thank you so much, Mrs. Zalia, for sharing that, reflecting on that conversation, on the importance of having the conversation on suicide and what people can do if they ever come in a personal space or, you know, a friend or a relative going through that moment. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's move on and talk about what other things.
I suppose one addition is that if the people who should be listening to you aren't listening for whatever reason, especially now with social media, there are a lot of people who will listen, but they're not the right people.
I see.
Wow.
And so as a friend, as a parent, you have to try and monitor who else people are listening to, because there's it's sad, but there are a lot of avenues where people are actively encouraging other people to continue with their suicide ideation and even to fulfill it. So I would just like to advise that not only you as a friend or a parent listen.
Thank you for that.
But you also try to monitor who else might be
That
listening.
is very true,
Would you agree
especially
with
in
that?
this time.
Yeah.
We have games online, like the
Yes.
Roblox
Little
game that you're
chats and
getting
these
into.
different
There's little
things.
chats in that. We just had a case in the United States
Yes.
where the child committed suicide because of the use of ChatGPT, right, which is the AI platform that is encouraged. Well, it's, again, it only pulls information that you are giving it. So it will form that analysis if that is what you're giving it. I want to commit suicide. That's the only thing I'm feeding that AI.
How can I
so
do it?
does that. How can I do it? It will answer those basic, very objective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AI isn't subjective. It's not about what I think. It's just objective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're right. There's a
Yeah.
lot of that happening. So be aware of who is listening.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I want to also dive into, the work that you guys are doing in the sense of like having the AGM and so forth, because
Yeah.
I want to get people excited about these different things, so understand
Yeah.
the importance. So talk to us a little bit about this.
Well, the Mental Health Association has a board, and like all boards, it's voluntary. Well, government boards, you get paid, but other things you don't get paid.
We're run volunteers.
So it's voluntary, but I mean, I think there is that spark within most people of wanting to give back. It can be through a church, it can be through an organization,
Through
a
time.
school, or whatever. So we want to encourage people that have that spark, either because they have mental health professional qualifications, maybe they have family members, maybe whatever. They just have an interest. And so we are planning an AGM for early October. We haven't quite finalized the details, but what we'd like to ask is anyone who thinks they would like to be a part of the board, which just meet every 2 months. Mostly we do it online nowadays.
Oh, okay.
Look at what they can offer in terms of ideas or maybe support. And so we're always looking for new blood. And so anyone that would have an interest, and we're going to, as well as the AGM, we're going to have a full day planning session to plan the years and, how to go on. So we'd really like to encourage anyone that would have an interest in joining us. Yeah, we welcome
Very
that.
well.
There
Where
is
can people
also-
stay in tune to the date when you'll have the AGM?
Well, we're thinking of, I think it'll probably be October 18th.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was mentioning that we also have a membership tier, and it hasn't been active for a while, but it is something that we're looking at because, again, financially, it's to get not only the Mental Health Association and what we do, yes, we do it, it's all voluntary, but we also support the Welcome Resource Center.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you to Ms. Tina Gill, who is the administrator there. She has been doing such an awesome job. We have gotten, I think, Atlantic Insurance just lately this week on board. So they are going to be donating quarterly. Which is very huge because we struggle. It's
Well,
a struggle.
we do have, I mean, we mentioned that name, but we do have other supporters. I don't have a list with me, but we do have.
Very good.
But we
Washing
welcome.
machine, we just got.
we just got a new washing machine because, of
dryer.
course, we have actually, we have a little washer dryer situation that people from outside could come, just like you go to the laundromat. And what we try to do with the participants, the clients of the center, is to offer them some kind of little income generation. So they can help fold clothes and they earn something.
Hey, wow.
And so anyone in the area of Vernon Street, we have the washer dryer there. You can go and get your laundry done, and you'll be helping yourself and also the center.
That's so good to know.
And what we like is when that happens, because a lot of people there's a lot of stigma and discrimination about those kind of people. They're not us, they're them.
Yeah.
But then when you go and you mix and you see people doing things, you realize, hey, they're people.
They're normal people, yeah.
They might be a little different or whatever, but they're people.
Yes,
They're people,
absolutely.
Yeah, so we have that.
We also have the donations. We often get donations of some very good clothes.
Oh, yeah.
And
so although we provide clothing for our participants, we've built up over the years, we have a lot of really good quality items. So we're working, we've got a proposal. We have to find someone to help us. We want to put up a little thrift shop right on the grounds of the Welcome Center. And in the meantime, a good friend is allowing us to use a house that's up for sale. It's on Freetown Road where Oxygen used to be.
Okay.
Okay.
And we open, but the problem is we need volunteers to help. So anyone who can help us just be there to sell the items, we would welcome that.
On Saturdays, I think mainly we open.
We've done it in the week, we've done it on Saturdays. It really depends when
the person's available.
When I
stay
can
there.
get assistance
I
to
love
help.
it. All right.
So they can always contact Ms. Tina Gill at the Welcome Resource Center if you want to volunteer. It's a really great opportunity to give back as well. If you want to become a member of the Mental Health Association and help continue volunteering, there is a membership tier that we're looking at as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for opening the invitation for people to contribute and volunteer. I think giving back to the community is so fulfilling on many levels, and and it helps you to understand people better, understand yourself better.
Yes, we have a group from the Nazarene Church that has been coming in, and they've shown movies and they play games, and we don't want anyone to proselytize as such, because that is something outside.
I see.
But groups that come in for whatever reason, and so they've been volunteering on a regular basis, and they even, that light's not working. Oh, I have someone that can fix that light.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And so, yes, so people could come in. We have a lot of schools send students for community service.
Okay.
And we even have some schools that when kids are on suspension, they work their suspension.
Wow.
And you can give regular donations. Sometimes people just come and they have a donation of food or it has to be of a quality.
Definitely.
We don't want expired goods, but sometimes grocery shops, and they have goods that are nearing expiry. They're not expired, and they donate that. And then, of course, we can arrange to use it. Yes, so
Yes,
there's
we also
lots
have
of
the
ways
feeding
to volunteer.
Definitely. This is a great conversation.
I love it, yes.
I know that you said the AGM is coming up too as well in October, so we'd love to invite you back before that to remind people again about the mission, about the vision that you guys are trying to bring forward, and of course, properly educating people, because we need to have more of these conversations. Even saying or asking a child if you've ever thought about killing yourself is still something that people don't take well. And so we have to change that narrative and create safe spaces for adults to talk about that, for children to talk about that. It starts with us creating these spaces and conversing. But again, thank you so much for being here. For people that want to reach out with the Welcome Resource Center or want to the Mental Health Association, where can they go?
We do have again, an active now Facebook account through the Welcome Resource Center. We have the web page as well, the Mental Health Association web page, so they can find more information there. But the Welcome Resource Center with Ms. Tina Gill, you can always get in contact with her and
telephone 202-2511.
And the physical location of the Welcome Center?
It's at the corner of Vernon and Tibrew Street, so almost at the end of Vernon Street. Pretty green building. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to our next conversation. Like we mentioned, it's very important to continue the conversation on mental well-being, mental health, and mental illness. Look at those three differentiations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely we look forward to that. Wish you all the best. And with that, folks, we go to our next commercial break. When we're back, we continue with great conversations here on Sunup on 7. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados y la mejor opción para el paciente.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherise Halsell,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you produce your driver's license, please?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, Mr. Vernon, it's valid. Mr. Vernon, did you know your insurance will be up tomorrow?
Oh, really?
Make sure you try to update your policy, please.
Thanks so much for the heads up. Babe, can you please renew my policy?
We know that you get caught up in life sometimes. which is why RF&G Insurance makes renewing your insurance policy easy with WhatsApp. Just WhatsApp the words "Get Started" to 670-8700. We will prompt you to select the service you are interested in, select the service, and answer a few simple questions. An RF&G representative will process your request and follow up with you when your transaction is completed. It's that easy. Use WhatsApp and skip the lines. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Row Group company.
Muy buenos dias, my Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Wednesday episode. You know how we do it on Wednesdays. We talk health and wellness conversations, and right now we're joined by Dr. Jorge Gonzalez of the Belize Medical Associates talking about minimally invasive surgeries. Today we're going to understand what do they mean by minimally invasive surgeries, and of course, what are some of the options that you have available at Belize Medical Associates. Before we get into that conversation, Dr. Gonzalez, how is your energy level today between 1 to 10?
1 to 10
10
is
being the
always
highest.
like 9, 10-ish more.
9,
Yeah.
Well, when you wake up, you're always
Yeah.
good, no? Then it starts going.
Yeah, then it starts going down.
That's why you got coffee.
That's why you have coffee. That's your secret.
That's the
Okay.
secret to keep up with all the patients.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely. But as you mentioned, you know, it's such a blessing to be up, to be early, and also to like have a good energy level. You know, I think a good night's sleep contributes to that also, no?
If you can get
definitely.
one, definitely.
Yes. Thank you for accepting our invitation to
No,
be
thank
here
you
today
for
to have this
having me here.
conversation.
Yeah, I think it's really an important conversation. We were talking about on the intro, it's something that people gravitate towards too as well when you think about a minimal invasive surgery. But at the same time, for people that are still trying to understand what does the term really mean, what does it encompass when you say minimal invasive surgery or procedure?
Okay, so minimally invasive surgery is any procedure that you do not need large incisions. So you use either small incisions or no incisions at all. So why is this possible? Is because, you know, with technology, everything evolves, even medicine. And with that surgery, I'm a surgeon, laparoscopic surgeon, it has evolved also from the 1980s, 90s, with the camera, the monitors, etc. We have been able, instead of doing it's mainly for abdominal surgeries.
Okay.
So instead of you doing a big incision, for example, like a cholecystectomy for the gallbladder, we would have to do an incision under your right rib cage. It should be big enough for you to go inside, put your hands, and you know. So it's big, and then you're manipulating that area, especially people who are thicker, like me. You have to pull a little more here and there, and that hurts for the patient in the recovery.
Yes, that's true.
So now, all right, so with technology, we use a camera. So the camera, it's a telescope, we call it a scope. It's probably 10 millimeters in width, but it's long, so it's like a tube. And you insert the tube through the umbilical region, and you could see everything inside.
Wow.
So that's what we do.
And then you just navigate.
So
and then
we would navigate with the camera, and then I brought these things. So
What
these
is
are
that?
called graspers. So a grasper is then what we insert in this we use instead of our hands. So it's like an extension of our hands.
You serious?
And instead of using our hands, we use these. And these are only some examples. Apart with other stuff.
They're bigger, or do you have other
No,
ones that are bigger?
they're thinner. These are like.
These are actually thicker. Oh, wow.
So that's why the advantage.
Oh my
really
goodness, look on this leech. No more
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so the incision is just wide enough for that to go in within a sheet, a metal sheet. So
Look
that's
at you.
I am a doctor now.
so,
so cool.
Yeah, so it helps a lot for even as surgeons we prefer this because we know for the patient it's less pain.
Yeah.
The complications of doing an incision is much less.
Okay.
If you read up about complications of all surgeries have complications, but the main complication is infection, right? That's always the most common one. But if you do incisions this small, the probabilities of infection decrease substantially, especially people who are elderly or diabetic, etc.
Okay.
So we prefer this type of method. And so with this type of surgical intervention, we even have done what we term it as day cases.
Day cases?
You can just go and walk out the same day.
Ah,
You come in for your surgery in the morning. We do it, say, 8, 9-ish, depending. We finish the surgery between 10, 11. You recover, and around 5 in the evening, you could go home.
Wow.
So it changes everything. It changes the approach, the management, and it's better for the patient, a lot better. So obviously, our role is to give something better to the patient. So if that's better for it, it's better for us.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing what are some of the benefits of minimally invasive surgeries, which is the recovery time is,
less
complicated, less risk
pain.
of infections, less pain.
Oh, the scars for women.
The
Oh,
scars.
yes, Nature, because imagine enough times just in a big slit, like, my goodness, and then...
That's changed.
So that's changed. Wow, thank you so much for
that's mainly
what are some of the situations or medical conditions that would allow for a minimal invasive surgery to occur?
It's usually the surgeries in which you have a little time to plan out the procedure.
Okay.
So
not emergency.
really emergency that someone you can't do that. But for example, the main surgeries that we have been doing it is cholecystectomies, which is the gallstones, and the hernias.
Okay.
Anyway, so cholecystectomies is really, like I said, you had to do before this came about, the incision under the right rib cage. And with this, a lot of people worry about the cut, the recovery, all of that. But with this type of surgery, you don't have to worry about that as much as before. Obviously, inside we do the same surgical procedure if it was a big cut. But the pain from the manipulation of the wall, abdominal wall, is much, much less. So I always urge my patients, if you see you have stones, gallstones, don't listen to things that you say, you drink this and you take out this. That doesn't work. That doesn't work, all right? Those things they don't. It works for some type of maybe kidney stones, but at certain areas, but not gallstones.
Okay.
Right? It never works.
Thank you so much for clarifying
So
that.
people sometimes say, Doc, I'll try it. And I said, no, let's do it one time. We already know you have the stones. If we do it laparoscopic, you go home the same day. It's cheaper, obviously, because you don't stay in hospital for a lot of days. It's better for the patient because less complications of the surgery. So it's more to urge the patient, if you know you have gallstones, seek treatment, surgical treatment, because this is what is being offered and it's better for the patient.
I like that.
Less complications for the patient. It's all for the patient.
I'm just thinking about also the process for gallstones specifically, like if you're going in to get Kevin, it's so interesting because people are not seeing how small this thing is, but you have to go in and
So what we
grab
do is
them.
in the gallstones we have something called an endo catch. It's a bag. It's another device that you put in and then you put it in there.
So it's
gonna suction it out.
You could suction it out. Things you have, these are just graspers. These are
accessories then.
We have other, but not on these. There are other. It's a long list of things you could use.
And you could just literally just thinking about to go in. You have the monitor that you can be able to see.
Yeah, so you don't look at the patient. You're looking at the monitor. So it's like a video game type.
Like operation.
Yes.
That's true.
That is the weirdest way to
some people fly drones these days. Doctors are doing,
They have to go inside your body, they see everything, and they're like, okay, this is the part I'm supposed to take out.
But
Let me grab
definitely,
it.
I can see where this conversation is comforting for people that are, thinking, because whenever people think about surgeries, they think about the cost and the healing process and all these things, which can give, a sense of anxiety or overthinking about what they're going to go through. So hearing that there's a minimal invasive procedure that they can apply for, it's comforting, I can see that.
Yeah, we push forward. Mainly we are mainly doing it like this.
Very well.
And again, it's
Almost
only for the
95%.
ones that are not emergencies. So
Well, emergencies we do like appendix surgeries also. Appendectomies are things we call when we don't know what's going on inside the abdomen and then you need to see. We used to do, before we had this, what we call laparotomy. That means an incision in the abdomen to see what's going on. So instead of doing that, you put in the camera. So you put in the camera and you look inside.
Look around.
Wow.
Before you decide what surgery you're going.
Interesting.
So it changes the approach a little. It helps a lot for the patient. So we really are trying to push that so that it's being done.
Very well.
What would you say, Doc, is one of the things that people ask a lot? Because I'm just thinking about also the consultation process, right? And people come in and they're trying to like understand this is still very scary to them. They have to take this surgery. What has been something that you find a lot of patients ask in regards to the surgery that you'd like to omit or anything that you want to debunk or so forth?
Question, yeah.
Maybe that thing with the stones, they believe you could drink something and the stones go away.
Okay,
a lot.
So you don't have to, like, Doc, you don't have to go inside of me with this thing. The stones will disappear.
Sometimes they don't have any pain and then you see it filled with stone and I'm saying, no, you'll start with issues. Hopefully not soon. So when you pick it up, for whatever reason, you should look into it. So don't wait. When, for example, gallstones, don't wait for pain and all of those things to happen. It gets out of hand. The management is more difficult.
And what would be the signs, I would say, that if you would...
Gallstones?
Yeah, you have gallstones, or you could have
it's
gallstones.
Really, you know, they have some signs. You have like the typical signs that you say, oh, this guy has, or this lady has gallstones. Others, for example, a lot of people confuse it, even physicians who are not trained well. It mimics a gastritis sometimes.
Interesting.
So you start with like discomfort here. It mainly is associated with after eating meals, or like fatty food. And then you start like, and then that's why people say, oh, this is
like, I
gastritis.
heartburn, I got gastritis. Because I've heard people will say, I didn't even stop eating tomato. You know, that kind of like, it's too acidic and they get like...
So it's hard sometimes to pick up the diagnosis. Most of the time we pick it up when the pain really kicks in. But the symptoms, it's sometimes really ambiguous. It could be like a heartburn. The symptoms that we know, most of the times also when they have it under the right rib cage that goes to the back after eating meals. That most likely is the stone.
Interesting. And how would somebody now, hearing this conversation, saying, man, I'm going to take the heartburn, might need to check. What test they would have to take to see if they have gallstones?
The easiest test would be an ultrasound.
Okay.
And that's the advantage. Same thing with technology. The ultrasound is non-invasive. You just put a probe on the abdomen. Oh, but they have the heater thing now. I see it yesterday.
Serious?
They put the gel in some little thing that makes it warm.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Because they're always the cool one.
Yes,
and
they have some cool. But the ultrasound is enough.
You never had an ultrasound, no? It's an experience, darling. It's an experience. You should check for your gallstones just in case.
I'm absolutely sure I don't have any.
I was like, I don't need it.
But okay, so you're saying they can go for an ultrasound
if they have issues, but I would suggest maybe see a physician first.
Definitely.
The thing is, in this area, you have a lot of organs, mainly pancreas, the liver, the gallbladder, the stomach. So all of them mimic things. So that's why the physician evaluates, and then if they determine, okay, this is the best we do, and then you pick up something. And at the beginning, all these organs, they mimic each other because there's one large nerve that goes to all of them.
Oh.
So that's the thing.
Look at that. We're learning new stuff today. Thank you. So, Doc, if somebody wants to like check you out, have a consultation with you, where can they come and make an appointment?
Medical associates.
Are you there every day?
Every day.
Okay.
He's like, I'm there every day.
Yeah, I'm every day.
You could find me.
Ask for Dr. Jorge Gonzalez, laparoscopic surgeon.
I like how you have to sing it. No, because I was going to be like...
Pronounce it, Ren. Pronounce it.
Laparoscopic?
See it here? It's on the paper.
It's on the paper.
Okay. Let's see. We're going to put her to the test.
Laparoscopic.
Even her R changed.
Is it like, do I have to put like, you know, some Hispanic vibe to it to make sure I sound like it makes sense right now? But I think it's really important to, you know, check your, like you said, your physicians to see what's happening, get your tests. The older you get, when it comes to gallstones specifically, and I'm just going pan out because I think that's something that's very common, is there like an age that people could look out
maybe
for that?
After factor. The thing is, it depends because there are a long list of factors of stones. Stones.
Like if you have it in your
So,
family.
for example, being a young lady is a factor because of your hormones going up and down. That's a factor. Pregnancies in women because of the hormones also. Also, your diet.
Oh yeah, because I know like the fatty foods and so it's that builds up and things like that.
Because the stones are made sometimes of cholesterol, calcium, and all of that shit. Also, your family medical history. If you have your mom with stones, sister with stones, somebody else probably will get stones. So you have to check it out.
Lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So there are different
Clean
factors.
foods
So
are very important.
it's not really like, as we get above the age of 40, we don't know.
Wow, thank you so much.
It's more regarding.
And it could be very serious where there people have like you said, a lot of scattered ones, and then they're super small too as well.
It could get really bad. Issues with gallstones could start asymptomatic. You could have stones and have no issues, but they could get out of hand. Yes.
My mom had a gallstone, but she had just one, and it shaped like an egg.
They get
Just
big?
one, yes. She has it still.
Look like cocoyo. Look like
It was just literally what?
Super.
Super,
Like a super, yes. And it was so interesting when you see it, you're like, this came out of you? It's really amazing how this works, you know, to
There
see.
can be many sizes too and everything.
And it had like, really, you could build
Calcified.
somebody.
Yeah,
That's
it's calcified.
Not saying not to tell people go and build people with your gallstone thing, but I'm just
What the?
I understand that. But definitely, thank you so much for this conversation.
No, thank you for
That went
having
too
me.
far, yeah.
That went too far.
You can imagine.
Imagine, I'm just saying, this time, I need to bring my mom to make you sick.
Miss Clarita, check out your daughter here on the show.
Child, you were
Yes.
fascinated by these.
Yeah. Dr.
But-
Gonzalez, thank you so much for joining us. And for, bringing this
Okay, so you could understand it more or less.
It was
it's
very
always
good. It was, yeah.
seeing things,
Is it the same one you have? I want to see yours.
Probably it is.
No,
His one is different?
Yes, his one has a little,
What?
like in the tip.
It has a tip, it's like bent.
It's bent, so we use it to get certain angles,
What
and
is
it has a locking effect. So these could be changed, so you unlock it to open it. So you don't want, sometimes you want to have it grabbing the tissue, and you have to let it go from here. You lock it so you don't have to.
Oh, so you don't let go. Oh.
Like you must be really good at multitasking.
I just
being able
because
to
you know you have
navigate
to
that
watch
while you're
this thing
looking.
and then
My gosh.
yeah.
Video games when you're a kid,
Yeah,
no?
because I did
Okay.
the video games, right?
I
Because
can
I just
see that.
think about you to stare upon this thing, you have to dig deep into this person,
Yeah.
clip it, and pull it out afterwards, and make sure you not touch nothing where you're not
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
touch.
it's
Because that's not easy, you know. People take it lightly.
Plays video games.
To be a doctor, you might need to be
You need good at video games.
You know, there were studies with that, with video games and laparoscopic surgery, and supposedly the learning curve is less.
See?
There are studies with it.
Did you play Operation as a child? I'm just.
So you have to do
Yeah, I had the operation, but it wasn't like
It never did like this.
No.
I have to think about it.
Yeah.
I need to
So
go
we
play
also
that
have to
game
say
now.
that we have people that are watching via Facebook Live practicing how to say laparoscopic.
Yeah, it's not an easy word to say.
Laparoscopic.
Laparoscopic.
Look at you.
When you say it softer, I can't say it hard. I have to say it soft.
change
like-
the accent
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, but
Nothing to
folks,
learn.
if you want to have a consultation with Dr. Gonzalez, you can find him at Belize Medical Associates. Is there every day. As he recommends, if you have any questions, you can always go and reach him. And if there's any need for minimal surgeries, there's many benefits that you can get as a patient. So definitely a great information. We thank you so much for joining us on
thank you
today's
very
episode.
much.
We look forward to another conversation with you. Maybe bring more tools for Granada to engage in.
Next time, Doc, we're gonna play a game and we're gonna see how fast me and
that
Kevin
is
could
true.
like grab something
Yeah.
and put it somewhere else. We will do our own surgery. I need a stone.
We can play.
I need a stone
We can
to
play
stick up,
Operation.
and I want to put it in a bag. I want to
Yeah.
try this thing.
So stay tuned to that episode. We're not going to play Operations on Sun Up on 7. That's going to be really, really fun.
Oh, it's locked.
But then if we go into our next commercial break, when we're back, we have a great conversation with folks from the United Democratic Party. Stay tuned.
roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados y la mejor opción para el paciente.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coast.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shiri Kalsil.
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Hi, have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing?
So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder.
It gives you a peace of mind away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted.
If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, Applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development Office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
Good morning, my Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Wednesday episode. Thank you so much for joining Renata and I and our guests that come through today's episode. And once more, I invite you to follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram to know who are they, what conversations they bring forward to our show. Move on to our next discussion. We're meeting two of the UDP caretakers that are have a convention upcoming this Sunday. We're going to get to hear how is the campaigning going and, of course, how do they feel about the convention. Joining us with the representative of Lake High, we have Mr. Cecil Jenkins. Cecil, good morning. How are you doing today, sir?
Good morning. Doing well.
A tie and everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure I came to represent.
Very well. We totally appreciate you joining us today. And next to you, we have Mr. Alobi Young. You're a caretaker for Pigstock.
Yeah.
Alobi, how are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good.
Thanks so much for joining us. We see two different characters, right?
I know, which is nice.
Yes.
You're like, you get everything.
Yeah. Definitely. But
So I always ask because I know these things are happening in a short period of time.
Yes.
So there's a lot to get done. What has the campaign trail been like thus far, trying to get to people? And beyond just that, what have been some of the cries that people have been speaking to you guys about too? Because I know none of those come and talk about Yankee Donkey and with the sing kumbaya. There's obviously issues that are happening in its respective constituencies,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So talk to us about the feedback and how it has been meeting with different people. So I'll give you first, Mr. Cecil.
Okay, sure, thanks. In Lake Independence, while being out doing the campaigning, because of the short time and notice we have gotten to actually do a convention, because it shouldn't have been a convention like an open convention like the way it is. Basically, the Constitution speaks of having a convention, a caretaker convention shouldn't be a convention that should be open to the public. It should be like your delegates with
The UDP
community.
delegates
Yes,
specifically.
right.
But this one is open again. So
this
once
is
you are
open.
in Lake I, you can
Yeah.
be able to vote once you bring your voter's ID.
Right, right. So it's open to everybody. And the feedback have been very much overwhelming. The first thing they ask me, who am I running with? You know, so we have to identify ourselves in regards to who we are running with, and I always let them know I'm with the Honorable Tracy Panton, and people very gravitate to that because they sees it as a new change, they sees it as something new, and she's a woman, a very nice woman, very compassionate, and
oh, it's the first time I'm hearing somebody like says they literally ask you like which UDP
What?
section you're at.
They ask
Wow.
you.
Okay.
They do ask. They ask.
They want to know.
They want to know who
Like,
because
who you with?
Why is that important, do you feel, Aloe?
When I'm out there and I'm campaigning, that is one of the first questions that you see. They might not want to outright ask it, but they do try to beat to get to that question. And I've literally been told by some of the constituent members that they're not with Shine.
Okay.
And they don't even want to go out and vote because they feel like if Shine is the one who will be running things, and so my biggest thing is I try to have them know I'm with Team Tracy. I try to speak with them. I try to learn about what the community needs, what they're looking for in representation. And it is, yeah.
I'm also thinking like one of the big tasks that you have during your campaign and moving forward in your political journey with the United Democratic Party is building the trust with your constituents, right?
Right.
How is that going so far?
Gaining their trust. It's challenging for me because the last person that was running as the standard bearer wanting to run in the general election had he stepped away at the last minute.
I see.
So for me, gaining their trust, they picked up. They have expressed to me that they're looking for someone. They want someone to represent them.
Okay.
And they want to know that it's someone who will be stable, someone who will be there for them, and someone who won't neglect them at the last minute. So that has been my challenge while campaigning.
How about you?
Well, when it comes to Lake Independence, it's a bit challenging in that regard because it's very few times a candidate from the United Democratic Party winning Lake Independence.
Yeah, it's predominantly a PUP.
It's a PUP dominating community, constituency. And they are looking for people who they can relate with. And I believe that I'm the best person, being that I grow in Lake Independence. I associate with the people.
So you
I grew
understand the
amongst them.
problems?
So I understand their problems. I understand the community in itself and the dynamic of how the community is set up, you know. So I just believe that the people just want someone who is constant, meeting them, listening to them, and just try to understand their concern, but mainly their needs.
Right.
That is one of the main concerns in Lake Independence.
I want to now pose a question. I know that this convention that's happening is open, right? So like you said, anybody in a pick stock, once you are a registered voter, you could be able to go and vote, right? So it kind of takes away going specifically to the UDP persons that you guys deem that are UDP persons in that area. Are you guys campaigning in the general area, or do you go directly to just specifically persons for UDP?
For this convention, it's more targeted specifically to the UDP voters, the electorate. That's the approach that we're taking. It's not a general election; it's caretakers. So so mostly it's identifying the UDPs, getting to know them. You know, because after caretaker, you move up to standard bearer. So so that's the process.
And you're in a funny situation right now because you were campaigning by yourself, and now you share that there's the person that was running against you. Now is going back into the convention.
So well, I have the pick stock committee, Seti Elrington's committee with me. So I have their full support. I actually got an endorsement from Seti Elrington.
Okay.
And we were campaigning. About a week ago, we were told that there was a resignation. Jason Stain wasn't running again. I think they had even sent it to Miss Tracy Panton, expressing to her that there won't be a convention, but rather an endorsement convention. And yesterday, we got a call saying that he's going to run again. And we were told he resigned. We were told everything was, so we're actually back on the grind now. Getting ready, gearing up for a convention on Sunday.
That may changes things, right? From endorsement to convention.
Right.
The thing is, they don't have Saturday because Saturday is a carnival. So
they can campaign at carnival. They can campaign at carnival.
They could campaign at carnival. I don't know if you got a truck, but or something.
That's a great idea.
Put on the costume.
Right?
I think Titans are right over there. They might have a costume show. No? They had their camp last night. But it makes I feel like you guys are in a harder position just for being able to cover more grounds in a shorter period of time. Beyond Carnival on Saturday, Friday is street fed. They have Juve. They have so much thing that happen to make you kind of bridge that where you can be able to talk to people properly too as well. But I want to take off the barriers and I just want to bring on practicality, right? If you guys were able to be successful and you get caretaker for whatever be picks up or Lake, right? What would be practically understanding that it's caretaker, their limited funds, their limited abilities to really bring big impact in the community? What would be one thing you say you'd be able to do after receiving that caretaker role or during that caretaker role that is practical, that is something necessary in that community? No talk shop, actual like practicality. Tell me about it.
Good question.
Right. All right,
no pressure. No,
I see. It's real. That's what people want to hear.
Well, in Lake Independence, what can you do? I think that the only thing practically I can do is to get myself more engaged with the people, you know, and actually try seek out younger youths and try have some form of association with them to let them communicate with each other more. Because as you know how Lake Independence is, there is a little cluster of little gang violence in that, and you know, so one of the things I would like to do is to work along with the youths them, to let them know that they have a chance in life, they have better decisions to make in the community, and just engage with them more.
Definitely. So
And
more
I
of
think
like
that
a
is
youth
more
group,
practical, yeah.
that kind of association
Right.
being established too
Established
as well.
with the children of Lake Independence.
A little bit?
I think, you know, like you've said, especially with limited funding, being in opposition, what I do see, especially after talking to a lot of the residents, community, being in the community for me, I would like to be there with the Pickstock residents, getting to know them better, learning from them what they believe their community needs. And what I could see from the last 2 weeks or so being in there, cleaning up the environment, the drains, their open lots and stuff. Going in, getting that properly cleaned and making sure the community is nice for them.
Yeah.
Engaging the youths. I know City Elrington has the after-school program at Samuel Haynes. That's something I'm a teacher. I'm into music.
Yeah.
I studied music, I teach music, and so one of the main ideas for me is to be able to have the youths in the area, maybe have a music program for them or an after-school program. So trying to engage them, bringing everyone together, So those are my ideas and plans continuing with this.
Definitely. And I like things that you don't have to spend a lot of money upon,
Right.
but you
Right.
can be able to still embark on impact.
Right.
Because I'm like,
right.
we know they don't have resources like that. And there's only so much you can do in general
Yeah.
too as well in a
Just
short
like how do you
period.
apply your skill sets?
Yeah,
into-
exactly. Put your skill set
exactly.
in their engaged
Right.
community, making sure that they still feel heard and seen and that you're present. Because that's
Right.
really important right now as you navigate this time.
That's
So let's talk details now. Where are we voting? I'm going to go for Lake Independence specifically. Where do people go to vote? What do they need to bring?
The time.
And the time, yes.
Okay, normally in Lake Independence, I use C.A.D. Vernon High School.
Okay.
The resident would just need to bring any form of identification card.
Okay, so social, voters.
Passport, voters
Okay,
ID.
perfect.
Just something to identify that you are a registered voter in Lake Independence. And the time starts from 10 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening.
Gotcha.
Okay. And before we move to Alobi, what would you have to say to the people that you expect to come out to vote on Sunday? What message do you have for them?
The only thing, there's a little twist to it though.
We like to
Okay.
assist sometimes.
Because what happened is, yesterday I made to understand that there won't be a convention in Lake Independence. The person that was running decided not to partake of the convention, so that leaves me as an endorser.
Oh.
A person that will be endorsing
Okay.
Lake Independence.
All right.
So I am very...
People still vote for that? How, like the endorsement? Because what's the
No,
dynamic?
they don't actually vote.
They just come
When you
out.
get endorsed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you just, the chairman of the party would just endorse you and appoint you bring your delegates and they endorse everyone.
Okay.
So there won't be a convention that people will come out and vote
They don't
anymore.
come out and see the endorsement happening. Right.
Yeah,
live.
you could come out and see the endorsement happen.
Okay.
Yeah, depends on where they're going to have the endorsement.
So what message do you have for the people that are come out to see you and getting endorsed?
To be honest, I'm very grateful to have met while campaigning, met everyone. I have received very good feedbacks from the public and the public in itself within the community. The people, they really want a change. I can see it, I can feel it, I can hear it in their voice, but it's like a secret. They don't want to speak it too hard because, politics is very vindictive, and those are one of the things that actually affects a community because you don't want to be open to see that you are serving or want to serve or assist another party. So I think the reception from the people is very overwhelming.
Very good.
I ran the last election, it never really garner as much as but it's a very great experience for me. And I'm back at it again.
Yeah, and I believe persistence does pay off at some point, right?
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cecil Alobi. Can you share details about your convention taking place?
Our convention is at the St. Luke Methodist School in the Lake Eye area. And it's, again, 10 in the morning until 5 in the evening. Right, and I would like to encourage voters to come out and show some support. We're revamping the party. We're trying to move forward. We're trying to rebuild properly. And yeah.
Very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it takes work, but I thank you both for being here, starting the conversation. Where can people go to make sure they get the updates from your, I would say maybe individually, when it comes to Lake Independence, if maybe somebody's listening and you haven't reached their door yet, but they want to be able to talk to you, where would they go? And same way for you, for Pickstock, if they haven't seen you and they want to see you and they want to talk to you, where would they go to be able to do that direct communication?
Well, I do have my community office in Lake Independence. That is on 9712 Park Streets. That is behind the administration building. They can reach me out at 631-9220.
631-9220.
And they can reach out to me that way as well.
Very well. Thank you so much for sharing, Mr. Cecil Alobi. How can people have the conversation with you?
They could contact me directly at 610-1222. And at the same time, they could also reach out to the committee members, the delegates. The Pickstock committee is a wonderful committee. They're full of love, full of energy. So you could reach out to one of the committee members from your area, and I would definitely do my best to try to get in contact with the voter or try to go and meet that voter,
Very well. Thank you so much for sharing. Ren is putting the numbers in the chat for the people watching via Facebook Live on how to get in touch with you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And again, for people that are on YouTube and on television, for Mr. Cecil, it's 631-9220. And then for Alobe, for Pickstock, this is 610-1222. So make sure I'm putting it in the chat here. So if you have not had your conversation, why a conversation? Where's the gym? Or go to the offices to be able to exactly speak your mind. They can't go everywhere. Not shop here that time. But if you can make, just to be honest,
absolutely, it's real.
If you can make your way and talk to them, I think that's also gonna help you guys put you on your feet to let you know really, what other people are thinking to us. So the more ideas, the more communication is better,
Definitely.
right?
It was a pleasure meeting you both today on Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for sharing how it's going as you're campaigning. We wish you all the best on Sunday, and of course we look forward to what's gonna be the results. It's also good it's also a good thing to see that you're doing your best, to transform the lives of residents of Belize City. That is on its own is a great endeavor. So we commend you for doing that.
Thank you.
When it's time for us to wrap up the
Yeah,
show.
we got 3 minutes, booze.
We got 3 minutes. So we want to thank the Mental Health Association joining us today, talking about their upcoming AGM in October. And with that, there's a call for you to join their board of members and also join their volunteer and their membership group. So they're saying volunteers are always welcome. They have so many
sell
programs.
clothes for the thrift store that they have, and all of this fund goes directly to the Mental Health Association for the Welcome Resource Center, which provides clean clothes, a meal, a space for people that are suffering from mental illnesses, mental disorders, and mental health to come and be able to have a space. So please support in any way possible. We also spoke to Dr. Jorge Gonzalez from the Belize Medical Associates about
What's his specialty?
I'm not doing this with you. I'm not saying it again. I did it 3 times. That's enough for me. But definitely talking about the minimal invasive surgeries that you can be able to get at VMA. So if you need to be able to check out about those surgeries, remember they're not emergency surgeries. These are things that they can be able to plan for too as well, and it's more for abdominal surgeries too as well. So if you want to learn more and understand and use the tools, I mean, you can't use it, but ask them about it. Definitely go to the Belize Medical Associates to see. And of course, we were talking with 2 UDP caretakers that are vying for Lake Eye and Pickstock this September 7th, Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the different respective places, which is Sadie Vernon High School and Lake I Methodist School. If you want to know more about them, check in the chat for their numbers and connect.
Gentlemen, we always wrap up the show giving a word of motivation to our viewers. Mr. Cecil, what if you could leave them a message today, motivation to carry on for today, what would that be?
I would say that never give up. You know, sometimes life plays some very tough times on you, but it's not when you're down, you should stay down. You must always get up and push on to see another day. Once you got life, you can do
very well.
The best there is.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Aloe.
Same, you know, keep fighting, keep working hard, keep trying to do better, and also reaching out to your peers, you know, uplifting your peers and being positive towards them. So, yeah.
Great. That's a really great message. Thank you so much both for sharing. Ren, what's your takeaway?
As always, guys, I'm gonna borrow some of their thing, and when you're not giving up and when you're reaching out to your peers, also remember to give yourself grace and give them grace too as well. As we navigate life and navigate everything that's going on, we're not the same person we were 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and probably not be the same person in the next 10 years going forward. So give yourself grace as you discover and navigate and learn.
Yeah, and in the words of Claudia, do you love yourself? Tell the people around you how much you love them. Time cannot be taken for granted.
No.
1 minute they're here, 1 minute they're not. So if you're thinking about them, send them a message. Hey, I thought about you. I hope you're doing well. That can transform the day. You never know what people are going through. And we thank you so much for making some company to Renata and I on this Wednesday. Tomorrow is her birthday, so you better be ready to give her all her flowers, all her love.
In my comment.
Maybe some coupons for treats. I don't know. I'm putting in a word for you.
I love that.
Yes,
This
I'm putting
is
in a
why I
word for
love
her.
you.
She loves food.
You are the best. Yeah,
She loves
like
food, yeah.
take me out. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's buy food. Let's do stuff. Let's do this, right? But definitely looking forward to the love tomorrow as I celebrate a new chapter. And of course, Kev, Friday we have our carnival.
We have our
special,
carnival
baby
special.
boy.
What's that gonna look
So,
like? Do we have outfits?
Are your knees ready?
Always. I don't know about
Are your
Brandon.
is your back ready?
I'll get ready for Friday.
Brandon is the knees and then Kevin is the back. Oh my goodness. But guys, stay tuned for those excitements coming up for tomorrow, our Friday Junior, and of course,
Carnival special
Carnival
on Friday. Folks, we love you. Thank you so much for your company. Have a great Wednesday.
all right, music.
And now we dance.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader.
By me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes